Really even got a guitar until I was probably graduating from college. And I think I paid $50 for a little nylon string guitar, and you know, the poor thing suffered a lot under my hands. I was really happy going around visiting music stores, flea markets, pawn shops, wherever there might be instruments, and I was learning about them because my interests were in the history of the instruments, in the artistry, that craftsmanship that went to making them up. And if I could afford to buy something, I had to know that I wasn't going to collect it. Yeah, that's Stan Burg.
Stan is so passionate about instruments and music in general, and I think a lot of people, they realize, you know, even if you have a job, you can still be passionate.
I've been on the periphery of watching him wheel and deal instruments or be part of different musical things, or we always went out to see live music. We always had people over at our house, less in like musical jamming situations, but more about like people were looking for guitar and they would, you know, come in and he'd show them a bunch of different guitars.
You know, he started the seed of this place just by having guitars in his house, and people would come over and, you know, they would trade old Martins or something like that. And then even when he retired, he was working part-time, I think, for some other music stores before he opened this place. So he's just kind of always been involved in this. And then eventually it became his whole life, you know.
Now I got into the instruments too, not only because of the sound and the materials and who was playing them, but I also have a degree in art history, and I look at the instruments as sculptural. The more you look at these instruments, the more you start to learn. And I started buying books and picking up pamphlets describing instruments. And that's how I learned about them. Now you're making faces at me.
His entire plan for retirement was just to die in the shop. And none of us were going to have any sense of how any of it worked or where anything was. And I said, well, maybe we need to come up with a better 5-year plan.
Guitar acquisition syndrome. But it's not, no. But see, the thing is, you're not just hoarding. I had no idea what direction it was going to take. I thought, well, you know, this is great. I can be here the next 25 or 30 years. People will come in, we'll talk about instruments. But it grew, sort of on an organic process, I guess. When I first started the shop, I had 1/3 the square feet, and I started it out with the guitars that were in my own collection, 35 or 40 instruments.
Just come in and hang out. It's the cool spot. If you know about instruments, you'll look around and in 30 seconds you go, oh yeah, you know, this is the spot.
As time has gone by, it's become more of a community space. It's homey, you know, you're not turned away because of the way you look or because of what you're interested in.
We wanted this to feel like a place where people can find instruments that work for them, and we really want, if someone's looking for a guitar or looking for something, we want them to pick up every guitar in the shop. Like, it doesn't matter if it takes 2 or 3 weeks. I don't need them out of the door. I need them to be here, and like, you know, the guitars need to be played.
We want people to lay hands on things and play them and share information, because a lot of places there's just not any info.
And the last one is the half size or quarter size? Quarter. 1/4 size.
Anything we can do to try to help people remember that like they're part of a bigger group of people who are all in this together, we really push that.
We don't go looking for instruments per se, and I know that people say, you know, oh, how are you finding these things? I say, they're finding us. That's what my dream is, to help people get a good instrument. I always thought I'd have a small place and it would be more like a hobby. Well, it's graduated.